Fuck. Left the fan running. Whatever. Another option for the empty space is like a face cam setup. It's not too difficult to do. I think the app I record with can just do that. But just where I hold my phone at makes that really awkward. Because it would just be really close to my face. But if people are interested in that, maybe I'll think about it. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like a gate was for a school... I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but it couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. That's a real picture of a real place. I wonder where that is. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. The green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park with a clean walkway going past the trees with the smell of fresh-cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I will tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if this feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about the hospitals again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous with all this realization set into my head, I open the front door. It's another real location. That's fine, though. I do wonder where this is. Maybe somebody knows. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Hey, there he is. Look at that bad I mean, this is better than me. You must be... Niki? Nakai. Hisao Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher's saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Oh shit! Options! Options! This is where I make all of the bad decisions. I mean, this one feels pretty damn negligible. Why? yeah, of course. I'd like to get to know them. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. Muto. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my conditions as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Makes sense. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Look at all these people. That dude in the middle with the gray hair. That guy's cool. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over for ground and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs and with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. It's not just immediately obvious. Then, I notice one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Okay. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. Whoa, that dude in the back. he's I don't know if he's sleeping or... Alright. You get the pink hair or the curls. Those are fun. Oh, the chick with the robot legs. That's neat. Alright. Despite the... Oh, sorry. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. She sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. Wait, which one? The girl with the robot legs? There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of this class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kinda cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. I mean, pink hair is bound to be normal. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Come on, man, you gotta get over the disabilities. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands together, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How can I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. So the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi's right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Shizune, sorry. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes... Oh, look at her eyes. Waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Wasn't it like the only empty seat? Whatever. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? Yeah, okay, I just gotta make sure I'm saying that right. It's nice to meet you. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, how do we do this? I am a man. She is a woman. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but... I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi, Shi-chan. What? So the other girl, okay. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Or she's silent. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. Is that her only purpose? Is she just only in the school for her? I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you, too. Oh, look at her, turn away all quiet. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, it's Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon, Hi-chan, right? Hi-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. Oh, he's Hi-chan, right, of course. It fits! You look just like I imagined. Okay. Yeah, you look just like a Hi-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard wording a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Oh, right. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to the class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just for school, either. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. There's a train again. Alright. Hey, we get trains around here pretty often. I wonder if I'll just leave the slaps in. Like one of them. Alright, I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. You okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a little more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. That too! Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway, and turn down the stairs. Okay, this might be about where I end the episode, maybe. Does it feel like I should? About how long was that? We can go a little longer. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard, toward the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. It may be looking at a person who talks to you as proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Oh, get straight to the personal. Oh, we could do that. Well, we could ignore them. We could get straight to the personal. That's more like, get to know the girl. But I don't know. I want to meet all the girls first. I also want to get to the bad end. I love going straight for the bad end because I want to see how bad it is. I don't know. Let's see whether they got a library, because we like books. Oh yeah, is there a library in this school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. What? How the fuck is reading not a healthy hobby? There is. It's on the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly. Sorry, I don't know. I guess I've never seen that iteration of the animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about a secret girl stuff or something. A secret. I said a secret. That was my bad. This is impeccably translated. I don't know who did this. Is good. This is good shit. I quickly notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over in her desk in the last row. There she is. She's got a crazy-looking face. All right. What the hell was that? I like her. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that makes me feel like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately... What is this song? I guess this is original. It kind of reminds me of something. It's not very loud, though. I can't tell. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own buildings, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, and the girls pointing out the other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamuku Foundation office and and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all of the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in hoping that this really will be a quick visit like the teacher said. And we will see! Oh shit! Next episode, 2 days from now! Boom! Gotcha! How you like that? That's it. Feels like a good ending spot though. I don't know, how long was that episode? All the rest of the episodes are going to be exactly this long. No, not really. This is fun though. I like this.